the game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back.
Lost though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible. Now has him within throwing range of a first down.
Looking to throw is Mills. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Texans have 1-6 now, and whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
But you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well, because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
And this one too low. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mills. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, The psychology is, okay, they're number one. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
He's dropped just before the end of the game. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 31.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the points that they just had against them.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. A 3-yard loss, 4th down now. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They run from the shotgun with Murray. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The Eagles and Texans, polar opposites last year in terms of running the football. The Eagles were number 1 in the league. The Texans, 32nd, dead last. And in fact, the Eagles ran for nearly twice as many yards as the Texans did in 2021.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mills from the gun on 3rd down. Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been?
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Hassan Reddick.
And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Out to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Eagles are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And that is incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. Eluding the press. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They go play action with Hurts. This is caught. Touchdown. Dallas Goddard from 19 yards away. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the... And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kaiser White, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Hurts. And for For the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now Mills. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Mills now.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
He'll take it at the 42.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Throwing is Hurts.
It's caught by Sanders.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goddard, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st down, Murray. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
To throw, Mills.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown as the first half is winding down.
And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mills to throw it.
This is caught. It's Cooks.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Final play of the half, Mills.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is caught at the 10-yard line.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss.
Hurt sets up to throw it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
Besides the lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their head on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up the 3. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Murray. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing, Mills.
And he's got it. Touchdown. touchdown, Texans. Cole Beasley, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And exactly how fast was he going? According to Next Gen Stats, 21.7 miles per hour. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Again, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And Cooks has it over the middle.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Mills.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. Touchdown.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Another run with Sanders. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in a second-half blowout material.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jackrabbit Jenkins. And the Texans are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Pascal, 41 yards.
And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 26.
A first down throw for Mills.
And he finds Beasley complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They go play action. Mills. He'll get that one to Carter complete.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Mills now looks to throw on first down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that.
And my goodness, another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
To throw again on second down, Mills. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Titus Howard, right tackle, the man flagged for that one.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Looking to throw is Mills.
He's going to take another shot here. And now here is another interception. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose.
And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay.
He's going to try and go deep again. And my goodness, another interception. And he's got some space here. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Trey Sermon,
26 yards.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Desmond King to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mills.
Throwing deep for Murray. And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
All I can do up here is just shake my head. 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And unable to connect, incomplete. I give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Let's go.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. The ball resting on their own 5 here as they come up to the line on 2nd and long. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl when you have 4 in one game. I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one at the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Point after by Lambo, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going deep here for Watkins. That's caught inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
King going to look to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Mills. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And now here is another interception.
And the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception. And I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day...
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut up with the business. West Coast.
You see, it's 2 type of people in life.
I'm really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend and tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the option, I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the force. Follow the core and the back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who was involved. Don't let me do it, cause I overdo it and do it till I can